Hello. So I'm not sure how long it's been since I made the last video, which I still haven't posted. Um, Today is my 13th wedding anniversary. The hubby's at work. Friday was 8 weeks post-op, so 2 months post-op. And as of today, I am down 60.4 pounds. So it's slowed down a lot. I was like averaging like a pound a day, almost a pound a day. And then for the past, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks, molasses. Like that's what it feels like, a turtle trudging through peanut butter. Um, so I've been a little discouraged, but we went to Myrtle Beach over the weekend. Little anniversary celebration since our anniversary falls on a Monday this year, and adulting responsibilities for the hubby. I still managed to lose weight over the weekend, so I'm still trying to figure this out. I mean, it's only been 2 months since I had surgery. It is still a guessing game of what can my body tolerate, what can it not. Um, I'm trying to do better with tracking my food. I'm trying to do better with not eating out. Like Thursday, I guess it was Thursday, we didn't want to cook. You know, everybody has those days. We hadn't prepped ahead. We knew we were going out of town for the weekend, so it was like we didn't want to buy something and then be gone all weekend. Because now portion sizes are different. So, like, let's just get fast food. And I wanted KFC. I got a little Famous bowl, mashed potatoes, chicken, corn, gravy. That's all it is. And I plugged it into my FitnessPal, and I had yogurt with some protein granola and blackberries in it. And I think that was all that I had ate that day. And I had some, drank some stuff, but like not even protein shakes, just like Powerade, vitamin water, stuff like that. But that Famous bowl put me over my calories for the day. And honestly, it made me feel pretty crappy to see that I failed. And I was like, I know I didn't eat a lot, but it's the fact of what I ate that wasn't a good choice. So we went to DC the weekend before, and I'll tell you all about that. So kids stationed up there. My baby boy is a Marine. He's a Quantico, so it was a 2-for-1 trip. The pandas are leaving. The pandas are going back, to China. So I was like, I must see them again before they go. And I get to see my baby. So we went, and Friday, Cheesecake Factory. I did not eat it all, and I had like 2 bites of my husband's cheesecake. I may have talked about this in a previous video. But we ate out every time. Like, we had Red Lobster. I didn't even eat. Like, I've realized I've got this problem now to where I want to buy 2 things because I'm like, they both look yummy, but what if one doesn't agree with me? So I need a backup. I wouldn't really say wasted so much money on food because my kid took all of the leftovers back to the barracks and he had a feast basically. But I spent a whole lot of money on food for me that I didn't eat. So this weekend, when we went to Myrtle, tried to not repeat those mistakes. And one thing we realized, we went to Drunken Jack's. It was recommended, was very good. I had looked on their website and they had a seafood risotto, and I was like, I want. So we get there, and the hubby looks at the menu and he's like, that sounds great. I want it too. He gorged himself on hush puppies and ate his risotto. I had like 3 or 4 bites of the risotto, took it back to the hotel, I never touched it again. And then it was in the car all day yesterday, so it wasn't safe to eat anymore. So lesson learned on that situation was we should have got one thing, and I should have just had a few bites of it, and he had the rest of it. That's what we should have done. That's something that's going to be new for both of us to figure out and learn. So that was one regret with it. And then we had dinner Friday night at the hotel, and I got my flagpole squeaky in the wind. I got a chicken ranch kind of flatbread. It had like apple, like jam almost on it. It was very interesting. The sweet fruitiness with the chicken and stuff was like, but I mean, of course, I couldn't eat all of it. We took it back to the room and actually had it for breakfast the next day. So I shared it with him. Like one meal, one thing, I cannot. And it's a struggle because kids' meals, I don't want chicken nuggets. I don't want a corn dog. Like, I don't want whatever it is they're offering. I am a grown-up, and if we go out to eat, like, I am wanting something off of the adult menu. So it's not as simple. Like, some people in the support group just like, I just order off the kids menu. If all they're offering me is the option of a hamburger or chicken tenders, no thank you. No thank you. So this week we're not going to get any fast food. We are going to cook. I am enjoying yogurt and blackberries and protein granola. I have went to the gym. I've done 3 personal training sessions. There is like a grasshopper or something. Some sort of bug is walking across, and some mean looking thing is on its back, like, looks like it's trying to kill it. I don't know. ADHD distractions. It needs to just go away so it stops distracting me. But anyway, trying better on my protein goals. Now, controversy. Drinking plain water is not working for me. I need this week to go and probably need to go get an IV session, honestly, because I'm dehydrated. I'm chronically dehydrated. Hold on, the neighbor's going to check the mail. Pause. In the back, the neighbor got their mail. I didn't want to look like a psychopath sitting here talking to myself. So, chronic dehydration. I know I'm struggling with it. We even looked into going to an IV bar this weekend while we were in Myrtle Beach. But I'm going to have to contact one because I feel like I'm at a deficit, and no matter what I do, I can't dig myself out of that hydration hole. So, vitamin water. I've been drinking a lot of Body Armor. So, I was gluten-free vegan, hardcore, for like 3 years or so. And one of the lessons that I learned with that was, if I am being so hardcore in restricting myself, I think especially with the ADHD, I think that's a big factor in it, that it's like the back of my mind, like, boy, don't you just want to eat a donut? Or don't you just want to drink some soda or something? Like, it will just torture me. And that results in completely going, then there's this mentality of, well, I screwed it up, so I might as well keep screwing it up. So I am not going to embrace that mentality anymore. I refuse to have that unhealthy, it's totally restricted, I can never have what I want because I need to stick with a certain thing meal plan. I feel like I will be setting myself up for failure. So yeah, so that is just not how I want to live my life. And there are so many people in the support group that they are really bad about being like, no sugar, no carbs. Like, those are not the rules. And not everybody can live their life like that. Like, somebody shared a post asking about naked juice, and people were like, no, the sugar's too high. And I said, I've drank it, and I still drink it sometimes. I don't care what the sugar is. When you are struggling with about starving yourself and with dehydration and everything tastes weird or gross, I would much rather have something that's not the best choice and get some nutrition inside of me, get some hydration. So, I mean, make your choice. Do you want to struggle and end up so dehydrated that you are at the hospital, or, you know, paying to go through these IV bars, which I'm going to have to do? Like, or do you want to just have something that's got a little sugar in it, have something that's not a homemade juice? I'm totally cool with the whole food plant-based. Like, the nutritionist, she is a big believer in forks over knives. I lived that life. That gluten-free vegan, that was the forks over knives. Like, that was the holy grail of all the recipes. I lived that, except I excluded gluten as well, which was my choice because gluten doesn't agree with me. So they're not even fully promoting forks over knives. Like, they don't, I don't know. It's hard for me to be like, Dr. Whatever says such and such, because if that's what she's basing it off of, but then I know everybody is eating meat, like, forks over knives is very much about getting rid of all animal stuff. Like, animals are not necessary for your health, and that is not what EOC is promoting. So I'm glad they're promoting a whole food plant-based, but it's still not a whole food plant-based. But yeah, there's just so much garbage around all of this. No, you can't have this, you can't have that. No, you shouldn't eat this, you shouldn't eat that. And it's like, if I want to eat one taco from Taco Bell, one soft taco supreme, my go-to order is a soft taco supreme, no lettuce, and switch the beef for chicken. I can only eat one of those. That's all that will fit in me. And if that is a meal for me now, instead of going and spending $20 at Taco Bell and eating all that, which, hello, Taco Bell's cheap, so you know that's a lot of food if I spent $20, then I'm doing great. That's how I view it. Like, I made a good choice. Did I still have something that was cheap, convenient? Yeah. But is it an everyday thing? No. So I'm just annoyed at those people, and it's such a negative way to live. It's still negative diet culture. I don't remember if I discussed my last video. I made a post that really got under my skin. So two posts have got under my skin. I'm just going to talk about the support group. I shared a picture of pot roast the hubby made with some cooked spinach and potatoes. And it's probably maybe 6 ounces, the whole meal. I didn't eat it all. I did eat all the potatoes. A lot of people said negative things, like indirectly negative, like judgmental food shaming. Like, I couldn't eat all of that. One person had the audacity to say, I keep my pouch tiny. Like, who talks like that? Who talks like that? I keep my pouch tiny. Like, hush. I don't like to say shut up. So just hush. Like, I shared that because I wanted people to see that are pre-op and even further before pre-op than that you can still eat. Like, this is how much I ate 8 weeks post-op. I just wanted to give an example. Was it like a plate of nutritious perfection? No. But was it normal? Yeah. So that post annoyed me because it's like, don't come and try to shame me and talk like a weirdo. Like, don't. I'm doing just fine. I'm doing okay. I didn't make a horrible choice. Like, I'm human. Okay, so while we were at Myrtle Beach, we went to Medieval Times. I asked for gluten-free. Like, the biggest difference was I didn't get a piece of bread. I thought it was wasteful. And then they give you a different dessert, which I didn't even eat the dessert. It was like an icy, strawberry icy. Would have been great, but I was dying at that point and couldn't fit anything else in me. So first thing they bring out is like the little container of like tomato basil soup. Okay, I did get a drink beforehand that was a strawberry slushy. Sugar, maybe that was my problem. It was either that or the soup or a combination of the two. But by the time they brought out the chicken, which was the next thing, I peeled the skin away. I don't like to eat meat that has bones in it. Like, this one reason that I did fine as being gluten-free vegan, because I have issues with meat sometimes, especially bones in the meat. So the hubby offered to like tear mine apart for me if I wanted, but I was like, no. I just pinched off some couple bites of the meaty part without the skin, and that was it. It was all I could do. They give you like a little potato and a little corn on the cob. I took a bite of the corn on the cob. I took a bite of the potato. That was all that I ate. But by the time I finished with sipping on that soup and sipping on the icy, which I gave myself a good 30 minutes plus in between, I didn't drink and eat at the same time. The serving wench, she kept trying to get me to get some water or something. I'm like, are you sure? Going by with the pitcher. And I was like, I'm good. Like, I didn't announce I've had surgery. I didn't go through that spiel. So I started getting such horrible gas pains. It was not reflux. It was not indigestion. It was straight up, I could have rocketed to the moon on farts alone. Like, I didn't bring any Gas X with me, any gas juice, nothing to Myrtle Beach. And plus, we were sitting in Medieval Times. It was so bad. I was having to fan myself. Like, I was breaking out in a sweat because of all the farts in my body. And the hubby even said, go ahead, rip you one. If it stinks, I'll take the blame. True love. But I could not bring myself to do it because I was afraid it was going to be horrific, like gag you, want to puke, and linger, and noisy. So I was like, too scared, can't do it. I did have to go to the bathroom. I missed my night fighting because I finally got to the point where I was like, I can't take it anymore. And then the bathroom, like, ladies, y'all know, we don't openly fart. We don't openly take a dump in the bathroom. Like that, you have to wait for noise to be, somebody needs to flush, cut on the hand dryer or something to mask the sound, or you need to be alone. So it was chaotic. So I only had a couple of chances to let anything rip. And finally was like, I have been in here too long. I cannot sit here. I got to go back. So I still was miserable. Like, I ended up back in the hotel on my stomach, on the bed, butt in the air. Just, Rob was out on the balcony giving me my privacy while I was just exploding. Like, something just absolutely tore my stomach up. And I posted on the group about it. I didn't go into graphic details. I did with you guys just now. Just about how I learned a lesson. Post-op, keep the Gas X on you, because you never know how something's going to agree with you. And some of the comments, like I was, if one more person had commented, I was going to turn the comments off and edit my post to call people out. Thankfully, it stopped. One person had to tell me they thought it was reflux. And it's like, dude, I'm living this. Like, I have no indigestion. Like, I'm not burping. I'm straight up farting. Like, that is not reflux. It is gas. Just have ridiculous gas. Another person, do you have food sensitivities? Like, They're trying to grill me. I was only trying to make this post to say, be prepared with Gas-X. Like, we talk about it immediately post-op, but I'm only 2 months out, and we never know. Like, it's unpredictable how our bodies will react now. So just make sure you got it handy. I don't care that you haven't needed Gas-X. You don't need to tell me that. Like, don't comment and tell me I've not taken any post-op. Good for you. Good for you. That's great. One good person suggested papaya enzymes, and I ordered them, a whole bottle, big huge bottle, 16 count came today. I will gladly try something like that. Give me an alternative to Gas-X. You're understanding my situation and offering me an alternative solution that could be yummy and better. Great. That's the kind of response. But don't sit and tell me that I didn't have gas and that I had reflux. Don't sit and ask me what my food sensitivities are. Like, I made a bad choice on what I ate, and it's not even relevant that I got gas because I made a choice or something. Like, what are you even talking about? Like, why are you even asking me this? So, yeah. I'm not even in a bad mood today, but I just feel like, why people gotta be like that? Why? So, I'm awaiting at 3:03 this morning. So that is 4 pounds, we'll just say 4 pounds to be 299, which is out of the threes. This is gonna be the last time I'm in the threes. I'm gonna get down to the ones. Y'all, I am coming for the Wonderland, as everybody calls it. I don't think there's a two land. Somebody said something like that in the group, and I had to read it like 5 times to figure out what they're talking about, because I was like, somebody fat fingered this post, like, relatable. But no, they were intentional, and I just was too dumb to read it through away. So yeah, but had a good weekend. Happy to have finally got past this stall. Hopefully it stays away. Still working on making better food choices. I feel like it's not bad for me to say that I'm working on that, because I feel like that's going to be a forever. I'm going to always be working on making better choices. I don't think I'm going to ever get to the point that I'm like, I have reached the ultimate pinnacle of food choices and I can never make better choices ever. So I think I'm okay to continue to say I'm working on it, because I'm working on it. So yeah, look, I can sit in a chair like this now. I'm leaned over. My fat rolls are not sitting on the armrest, and I can lean all I want. Oh yeah, so share this story with y'all. So we went to Myrtle Beach, right? And I took back my bathing suit. Well, I didn't realize until I tried to put it on that I had 2 different bathing suit pieces. It was a tankini, and I grabbed the wrong black bottoms, but thankfully they were black. But the ones I thought that I was grabbing that I wanted are shorts. This was like a bathing suit bottom with a skirt over it. It was too big. I know I've lost 60 pounds now, but I'm still wearing all of my same clothes, because like, this is the daily uniform. One of these, lovely, just like a lounge bra, and then these big tank tops, which, I mean, it's a 4X. I intentionally bought these baggy because I wanted baggy. I bought this like last year, and all of my pants have elastic. So I have not felt like, clothing wise, I've shrunk that much, but I was so uncomfortable because like the back of my skirt kept like trying to expose the bottom of my booty cheeks, and then here the bottom of like the bathing suit part of it was so loose, like I had a gap between the cheek and the suit. So like, I just felt like my butt was going to fall out, or they were going to fall off. And then on top of that, like the top had adjustable straps and I had them crisscrossed in the back, just to give me more support because the girls are big. The back of the suit was like all bubbled and gapped out on the back, and it was not like, it was like, blew my mind. I also got out a pair of capri jeans that, like, not jeggings, jeans, button zipper jeans that I hadn't wore since last year, and mostly because I'm too lazy to ever shave my legs, I'm just gonna be honest. But I did do the de-squatching is what I call it, because I look like a Sasquatch and my poor husband tolerates it, and I de-squatched before we went so I could go to the beach and not be shaming him with my mountain man legs and stuff. But I was like, oh, shame my legs, so I'm gonna get my capri pants out and wear them because we're going to the beach. So they were big. The last time I had them on, I was not even at my heaviest weight, and they were snug. It was like, once you sit down for a little bit, gotta unbutton them things and just unzip them a little bit so you're comfortable. No, I could pull them up to like here on me sitting down, and while we were walking, I kept having to pull them up, and I was just like blew my mind. It was great, and nobody's as like excited as I am about this story. So it was almost 80 degrees. So it wasn't hot because it's October, into September, 1st of October. So we go to the ocean. I'm uncomfortable in my baggy bathing suit. But I'm like, we're getting in. We are here. We're getting in. So we march up to the beach, to the ocean, freezing cold, like chilly. So we are just like baby steps, like take a couple steps, like holding hands, just standing there, letting the waves hit us and adjusting. We got in up to like our knees. But while we were just like ankle deep, I looked over at the hubby and I was like, you know what? This is where the sharks live. And he's like, thanks for reminding me. Forgot about that. Well, then we ended up inching it up to like knee deep because of the temperature. And it was kind of windy and the waves were a little rough. So I wasn't trying to have it beat me in the face and not trying to get my hair wet. This is before we went to medieval times, so I wasn't trying to do a whole redo of everything. And I had makeup on and forgot makeup wipes, so I was like, I want to leave my face on. So anyway, we are standing there, and I look, and I see a fin. And I was like, it took a minute for my brain to I was like, am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? There was a shark in front of us. It was like 3 foot long shark right a foot in front of us. And I was like, oh my gosh, the shark. And we just booked it out of there. There was some guy just and it was going towards him, and we were like, hey. And thankfully no chomping happened. And he saw us acting like lunatics, so he just slowly, like, he didn't actually acknowledge us or speak to us, but he was like, I'm just gonna, once he was out and we were out, we told him, we're like, dude, there's a shark headed right at you. He's like, yeah, I saw y'all, so I thought maybe I should head in. It's like, yes, we were telling you. So we stood there, the water's just lapping our feet and our ankles where we could see in safety, and we watched the shark just go through the waves right there in front of us. We watched, it was a shark. I shared it on my Facebook, my personal Facebook. I don't have the fitness one, just my personal account. And one of my teacher friends went into teacher mode to educate us about the difference between a dolphin and a shark. Appreciate you, Mo, but it totally was a shark. I didn't just see a fin and freak out and like get paranoid and it was a dolphin. No, we saw it was a shark. So I could have been chomped by a shark. And y'all know my surgery story with my complications. The shark would have bit me, not my husband. That's just how it would have went. Thankfully, no chomps happened. But nobody's mind is blown like mine is. Like, I'm just like, there is a shark in front of us. And everybody's like, cool story, whatever. I'm like, anyway, hopefully you're like, whoa, Like, if you tell me that story, I will do that for you. If you ever encounter a shark up close like that, especially one that doesn't chomp you, and you just see it, and the good Lord spared you from any shark bite stories and hospital bills, then I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. I can't believe that happened to you. It was crazy. All right, so I'm going to get a drink. Yeah. I feel like, what's his name? Life is good. Yeah, that's how I feel right now. Even though I've ranted about the Facebook group and I've been negative Nancy about it, I still am totally involved, totally active, participating. I will continue to until they kick me out. Right now, I'm just a lady of leisure, you know, so I have too much time on my hands, and I interact on there a lot. It helps me stay focused on my goals to participate. So screw all you people in there that don't like me, that think that I'm too blunt or I comment too much or whatever. I know there's a lot of people in the group that do like me and that do appreciate me. So you few haters can kiss it. I just got a whiff of the giant dookie pile over there. I gotta fertilize that field, I guess, and there's just a doo-doo mountain. I can see it through the trees. And my nose suddenly decided to work and that I should get a whiff of it. Yeah. So, life is good. And I'm gonna go inside, away from the dookie mountain. I'm gonna drink more water. I may have a snack before dinner, because all I've had today is a yogurt with protein granola and blackberries, and the blackberries were, ooh. It's a chance you take with store-bought fruit like that. But yeah, so the next time I update you guys will probably be when I get to the Tutorland. We're gonna come up with a name for it when I get there. But yeah, thanks for listening to me babble on for like 30 minutes. See you later.